one of the best coaches in the sport. No longer with the Panthers, he is now the Redskins head coach. Let's give a nice warm welcome to our friend, Riverboat Ron.
Woo! Oh, yeah! What's up, Ron?
Thank you.
Best friend of the show.
That's right. Yeah.
As I mentioned, it's now a Redskins logo on your chest. We're about a month removed for you making that decision. What's it been like the first few weeks in Washington?
It's been very hectic, very busy. You know, took the job very early with the idea of trying to get started early, and it's been pretty good. You know, I got the staff in quickly. We were able to start our evaluation, start working on our scheme. So I think we're a little bit ahead of the game right now. So I'm excited about where we are in terms of our work and things that we need to get done.
I know you're excited about where you are, but how about where you're going? You got a young quarterback in Dwayne Haskins. What was the first impression of a young Haskins as you look forward to picking your starting quarterback and then doing something in the next season?
Well, very impressed with him. You know, got an opportunity to go back, look at the games that he played, looked at his first real start, and that was against Detroit, where they did a lot of game planning for him and gave him an opportunity to really go out and play some good football. I liked the fourth quarter. I liked the last two drives when he had to put him in position to score. They did. They won the football game. And then I watched the remaining games, and you saw the development. So there is some growth. There is some growth potential there. You know, and we also got to take a look at Alex Smith. He's a guy trying to come back from that horrific leg injury. So we'll see how things go as we start getting into the OTAs and minicamps.
Coach, we are excited for you to revitalize this team. It's a big task, of course. We have a young quarterback and young players just starting their professional careers. Terry McLaurin really lit it up. We love Darius Geis when he's out there on the field, among others. So what is exciting you about these skill players?
Well, the biggest thing more so than anything else is that they are first and second and third year players. You know, we had three rookie wide receivers that played a lot of football. Darius Geis, you mentioned coming off the knee injury, who played some quality football. So you look at the offense, there's a lot of good young talent. And again, you know, Dwayne Haskins getting his opportunity. So what will happen next year is if you play these guys get an opportunity to get on the field. It won't be too big for them because they've played a lot of quality football already.
Ron, if we go back to Carolina, one of the best players I'm sure you've ever coached completely caught us off guard a few weeks back. Luke Kuechly decides to retire. What was that like for you, and what will you remember about coaching Luke?
Well, you know, first and foremost, Luke came by and visit with me when I was back in town, and we had a chance to talk. We really didn't talk about that, but he called me an hour just before it went out that he was going to retire, and it makes sense. Just knowing who he is and understanding where the game is in his mind and in his life, you know, it's a good situation for him to walk away from the game now. So, hey, I support him. I think it was a great decision on his part because, again, it is about your health as you go forward in life.
You know, Ron, I'm going to break the fourth wall a little bit. In addition to being a coach and a friend of the show, you're also a great husband and a great father. I thought you had a beautiful message on the Redskins team Twitter feed this week I want to share with the rest of the audience. They asked you, in light of the Kobe Bryant news and what Ella Duncan did at ESPN, what's it like being a girl dad? And I know you are a proud father of a very talented and wonderful daughter of yours. What is it like being a girl dad?
You know, I think it's really cool because, you know, one of the things that I've always talked about is having that responsibility as a head coach to try and set the example for our players. And so one of the things is that I do take it very seriously, but I am very proud of who she is, and I try to create opportunities for her as she's gone through her life, and she's done a great job. I mean, I'm so proud of who she is. I'm proud of my son as well, just very proud of the kids that we're raising right now. So, again, like I said, I just want to make sure I'm setting the right example for our players.
Every time we visit with you, that impression comes through, and I know that is why you are welcomed so much in Washington and in Carolina. There's a family atmosphere that transfers from your family to your locker room.
Yeah, and I think it's important because, again, you know, we've got to be able to build confidence, trust, you know, this culture that we want, and I think that's going to help us as we go forward as an organization, as a team.
You know, last segment out on the beach, Peter had to build a lot of confidence, too, because he was out there scantily clad. And the reason I bring that up, Peter, is last time Coach came on, we modeled some T-shirts for him, right?
Yes.
Ron, you are known for your signature T-shirts at the press conference.
Fun.
We did a fashion show, and you even took one of our T-shirts and ended up wearing it. It said, "I love GMFB." Yeah. It was a thrill for us to have that. So we're nothing if not people who double down on things about us. So we right now are going to give you some more T-shirt suggestions.
Okay.
And I would love you to pick your favorite if that works out.
I need some confidence. I can do this?
I think we can. Yes, okay. Let's do it right now. Guys, let's start off with the first shirt for Mr. Ron Rivera. This shirt is for anyone who wants to throw it back to the 90s, Ron. Okay. You had a great 90s. It's been described as excellent and perfect for party time. It also tells the world you are all in on Dwayne Haskins. It is Dwayne's world, party time, excellent. What do you think of this one, Ron?
I think it's good, and it's one that you're hopeful for, that it develops and becomes our future.
Okay. I've got one for you. Ready? Our next shirt's going to stay in the 90s, but it's going to add a little more of a hip-hop flavor. When you put this on, you'll want to stop, collaborate, and listen, Coach, because Darius Geis is back with a brand new meniscus.
Hey.
You know?
Wow.
With its silky white material, you'll stay comfy and cool, rocking this style all day. How do you think this shirt would look at a press conference this season?
Well, I'll tell you, if he comes out and plays to his ability, hopefully I'll get to wear that an awful lot.
I like that.
Okay,
to your mother.
Moving on to the next part of the Rivera catalog, we got this tee right here. Now, this is featuring the man known as Scary Terry. Can we pull this one up? Okay. This shirt will make you quick ditch the rest of your outfit, the rest of your wardrobe. It's sleek, it's snug, it even comes in a 9 3/4. When people start commenting on this one, you'll never want to take it off.
Okay.
How do you feel about this one for the wardrobe? Scary Terry.
And I do think he's a scary player because, again, he's the guy that, will try and create opportunities to put the ball in his hands, kind of get the defense a little off track. So, again, I think it's another one of those I hope to wear a lot.
You know what's great about this? We're going to make whichever one Ron picks. We're going to ask you to wear it, so he knows this.
Shout out Vanilla Gorilla.
That's right.
That's exactly
You got
right.
Peter. Bring it home.
Last one. Let's check this one out here. Classic maroon top brings back memories of a man who came to the nation's capital to make a difference.
Oh, my God.
Ron likes it. Ron likes this
For a
one.
man who will not yield. This number looks good on anyone looking for a new job in a new town. Crafted from the world's softest fabrics, this shirt screams, I'm here and I'm not going anywhere. Whether you're trying to turn a franchise around or filibuster on the Senate floor, this is what you should be wearing.
That's it.
What do you think of that one, Coach?
I did like that one, but again, I think I'm going to lean towards one of our players.
Okay.
Most certainly. And,
Okay.
Of course.
All right.
So we had the
You have
Wayne's
to
World
pick
for
one.
Dwayne Haskins, Ice Ice Baby for Darius Geis,
Scary Terry.
and then we had the Harry Potter, which was like a Terry Potter. Which one do you want to do, Ron? Which one do you like the most?
Pick one.
I got to lean towards the Terry.
It's Gary.
I
Oh, I love it.
Terry,
Oh, that's awesome.
Terry.
Start the silk screening now.
Brilliant. Will you be at NFL Honors tomorrow?
No.
won't be at
We've got a couple of events that we'll be doing. One that I'm going to be doing with is going to be USAA, which is very near and dear to my heart.
Yeah.
We're saluting several of the military veterans that USA and coaches and players have treated to be here at the Super Bowl. So I'm pretty excited about that.
I know your guy Christian McCaffrey was joining us on the show just yesterday talking about that very cause.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
he's gonna be there.
it's very near and dear to his heart as well. But hey, before I leave, again, we talked about
What we
wardrobe.
got going on here?
Again, we have the Riverboat Ron logo, which we use for charity, and again, so we've changed the color scheme, obviously.
Have to.
Okay.
And so here, Miss Kay.
Oh,
Thank you.
Look at you. Look at this, Ron.
Hey, this is official, brother.
Thank you so much,
man.
Coach.
There you go.
we get to go on the boat.
There you go.
I love it.
There you go.
Man.
Oh my gosh.
Getting right into
No
this.
gambling wearing this one.
Oh, this is clean. I'm wearing this tonight
Thank
to the
you so
club.
much.
You're welcome.
Listen, you are one of our favorite guests, and you're an inspiration to us, and just a tremendous person and asset. So thank you so much for being and taking time for us. And we know what is a busy, busy schedule for you.
Well,
today.
thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Before the start of free agency, if Brady drags the situation out, it will put them at a major disadvantage with being able to sign other players. Broncos cornerback Chris Harris Jr. getting ready to test the free agent market as well. He told 104.3 The Fan he hasn't talked to Denver in a month and thinks he deserves to see what he's worth in free agency. But Harris did add he'd like to stay with the Broncos if they want him. Broncos quarterback Joe Flacco getting some good news after a recent MRI on his injured neck. According to 9news.com, Flacco received positive results on his neck, but his agent says he's going to get a second opinion from a spine specialist. The Dolphins Cancer Challenge recently hosted its 5th annual celebrity golf tournament. Current players and Dolphin greats, including Dan Marino, took part in the golf tournament to interact with cancer fighters. Funds raised from the tournament benefited Sylvester Comprehensive Cancer Center. All right, that's all we have for you here in Los Angeles. Let's get you back to the breakfast table in New York.
All right, welcome back to Good Morning Football. The great thing about the NFL celebrating season 100 is that they get legendary teammates together. And when you do that, you have moments like this. Check it out.
Harry and myself, we had a little disagreement and we fell out of friendship. When I was inducted into the Hall of Fame, I didn't invite him.
No, you didn't.
But he came anyway.
I came.
He was there.
That's right. We had something. I love this man. Everybody calls him LT. I call him Lawrence Taylor.
I'll tell you what, best football friend you could ever have. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and
He can play a little bit too.
You know what I love about that moment? We live in a day and age where football players, they're afraid to show their emotions. And I feel like most men should. And in that moment, we got to see the raw feelings between teammates and what that relationship was like. And we were just flies on the wall of a very powerful moment. What was that like?
You know, Harris is one of my closest friends. He's one of my biggest cheerleaders. You know, he's a great guy, and we have respect for each other.
That's awesome.
I tell you what, man. Hey, that boy right there, he can play some football. He can play.
Lawrence, let's go to one of your moments of triumph. Super Bowl 21. It's
Okay.
you versus the young John Elway, Giants, Broncos. Tell us about that game and how big was it for you to get that ring?
That was the first Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You know what? That year, we gotta say we were the best team in the NFL. After the Minnesota game, nobody played with us. Nobody played with us. I mean, we lost our first game. We lost to Dallas the first game, and then we lose our seventh game. Seventh game. And then it looked like we was going to lose to Minnesota, and we end up having a great play by Phil Simms and the wide receiver, and we went. And then from that game on, nobody played with us. We were the best team in the league. Nobody. Hey, listen, guy, you start the game, first quarter. By the third quarter, man, we sitting in the stands. Nobody played with us. We were good.
You were very good, and you won 2 titles with Bill Parcells. I feel like you're very much linked with him if you think about your greatness and what you were on the field. So what was your relationship like with him, and how did it sort of evolve in life and on the field?
Bill Parcells, I'm going to tell you something. You know, even though you look at a guy like Bill Belichick, who probably will go down as the greatest coach of all time, you know, and you can't take it away from him.
Right.
Bill Parcells will always be in my number one
best
coach, because I mean, Coach, he made me want to play. I mean, even every year, there's during a season, there's times when you just don't want to do it no more. You just don't want to do it.
Phil Simms said he's a motivator, master motivator.
Yeah, he's a motivator, all right. But I mean, sometimes you just don't want to do it. And he finds a way to turn that switch. We used to go to away games, and he'd have his little sheet, and he'd be calling off names. Roll call.
Yeah.
LT, you here? I might be in my. Yeah, Coach, I'm here. He said, "Let's go, bus driver. We got enough to win."
That's it.
That fires me up. That fires me up.
We do this Belichick sit down with Collinsworth and Rich Eisen were there, and Belichick shared a story about maybe some of the team meetings you weren't as engaged with it. Belichick, Parcells in those rooms, you're in the classroom listening to them. The impact that you three had on defensive football. Do you realize the legacy that you guys left on just how you changed the game as a unit, the three of you guys?
No, I'm waiting for the check, though.
Okay. Changing the game check.
But right. No, but I'll tell you what, Parcells, great coach. Belichick, you get over his early days, but you look at him now and you just look at his amazement, what he has achieved in over the years, because 20 years ago, we would have never thought that. Yeah. But right now, I mean, he's going to be the best that ever, and he deserves it because he's a workaholic now. And I got to say this one thing: I have never, ever been on a Bill Belichick defense and not gone into a game totally prepared. All right, he will prepare you. I mean, you never have to worry about going into a game and not knowing what the hell you're doing.
Lawrence, we appreciate you. We got to go real quick, but I have to ask you this question. What advice would you give to 22-year-old self, but more importantly,
the 22-year-old athlete that is about to start this NFL journey, as you know, could bring a lot to your life, not just on the field, but personally?
You know, I look at it, if I had a chance to do it all over again, how I would do things, because back in the day when we were fancy free, we didn't really care. It was like a gladiator sport, man. Hey, I'm a gladiator. It comes out, or I do my tasks on Sunday, and then Monday I reap my rewards. And so, hey, it's a different type of sports now. Hey, you